Today, we discuss a stunning $15,000 bid for a near dead horse. This news hit Kyle like a ton of bricks. She crouched in front of the empty horse rescue, tears flowing like a busted faucet, thinking her dad had accepted. She thought her dad would actually put in some effort, only to find out he became the type of person she once despised, and Kyle angrily called him a big phony. He stood there saying, "Pull her away and she's history." Welcome to the mosaic world, Kyle. Nothing goes as you expect. It is not just another race. Every racehorse in the world is all about the sale. Look, it is not just any racehorse, it is our horse. Cohen was left speechless. Times Earl filled with guilt and responsibility, he suddenly realized he was no different from his once resented father. From that day, Cohen sank back into confusion and emptiness, thinking it'd last forever, but life surprised. Sheil's mom had to work overtime and couldn't attend the school meeting, so the somewhat anxious Cohen headed to school. The parents' meeting was buzzing, albeit a bit awkward. The teacher had parents read their kids' essays aloud, and it was Cohen's turn to zone out on stage. The essay told the tale of a noble king with riches and horses galore, until a dark night popped up out of nowhere. Like a vampire, it eroded the king's land and horses, yet he bravely embarked on a quest for the legendary steed. The miracle horse helped him hop over hurdles and dangers, ultimately defeating the Dark Knight and reclaiming his territory. Cohen's voice choked. He realized the king in his daughter's story was him, the land representing family, the Dark Knight symbolizing family rifts, and the miracle horse was, in that moment, guilt and remorse washed over him like a tidal wave. We always put our best smile and respect towards strangers while forgetting to hug those closest to us. Work grievances turned into social blades, carving worst emotions into wife's tenderness and child's pure world. Cohen recognized his mistakes, mustered the courage to apologize to his daughter, and admitted his past selfishness. "I was wrong, Kyle. I'm sorry." Kyle looked into her father's sincere eyes. Her resentment gradually faded away as she chose to forgive. In that moment, the father-daughter bond was finally untied, and the family regained long-lost warmth. One early morning, Grandpa playfully told Kyle he received a goat. Kyle, full of curiosity, went to check it out, and when she opened the trunk, she was completely surprised by what she saw. Inside was the Sanya she had been dreaming of. Grandpa had used his entire savings of $20,000 to buy her back, but that's not all. Cohen even transferred 50% of Sanya shares to his daughter, and his two partners got a cut too. Kyle became Sanya's new owner. To help Sanya get back in shape, Kyle went all out, waking up at 4 a.m. every day, sometimes even skipping breakfast just to rush to but lacking expertise, he faced a ton of challenges and started asking his dad for help. "I need your assistance. I want you to help me with training." "Yeah, be a great trainer." "What kind of trainer will I be?" 10%, 20%, 15%. Done. Here we go. Cohen shared his wisdom without holding back. Sanya bridged the gap between them, bringing the family closer together. They began sharing each other's joys and sorrows, while Kyle gradually grew into a stronger and more confident girl through horse training. However, at the family dinner one day, Kyle suddenly stood up and made a shocking announcement. She wanted Sanya to compete in the October 29th Jockey Cup. The family's eyes went wide. That's a top-tier event with a whopping prize of $14 million. It was the pinnacle of horse racing, but surprisingly, Kyle chose to have the horse trainer, Manny, as the rider. During a training session, Kyle noticed the scar on Manny's shoulder and learned that Manny had once dreamed of racing horses in her youth. Manny had the fortune to compete, but slipped from the saddle at the critical moment and fell hard onto the ground. She got trampled by 3 horses, breaking 4 ribs, ending her racing dreams. Despite that, Manny's love for racehorses never fizzled out. She chose to become a horse trainer, often dreaming of her former glory on the racetrack. Subtitles: Kyle didn't want Manny's dreams to come to a halt at that point, so she made the decision to offer her this invaluable opportunity. The family genuinely admired Kyle's ambition, but Cohen didn't hold out much hope. After all, no mare had ever won in such prestigious races, let alone Sanya, who had previously suffered a leg injury. He helplessly told his wife, "Isn't this just a beautiful dream of our daughter?" But then his wife retorted with a question. "Do you still recall your own dreams? Given that you haven't fulfilled yours, why don't you assist our daughter in realizing hers?" From that point on, Kyle took Sanya for intense training every day. The family unified in their effort, day after day of training, allowing Cohen to finally mend his relationship with his father. Soon, the day for the horse racing selection quietly arrived. When the judges announced Kyle's name, his father's previous boss made a sarcastic comment on the side. However, Kyle paid no attention to the boss' mockery and confidently elaborated on Sanya's advantages to the judges. Thanks to her outstanding record, the judges believed Sanya had the shot, but then came the kicker: $120,000 registration fee. Seeing that Kyle was still a kid, the judge curiously asked, did Cohen really pick up his wife from work? The family harmony must have made him quite the romantic.